Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Well, today I've got for you a very beautiful Lexus RX 450h, and as always I'm going to do a quick walk around just so you can see the condition of the car, and then we're going to jump inside and I'm going to show you all the interior features and gizmos and gadgets and everything that this car comes with. Now, a bit of a disclaimer, I did say a quick walk around. It's probably not going to be that quick because I absolutely love this car and I'm going to take my time to tell you everything about it because it's probably one of my favorite cars of all time. Again, I did buy this car for myself initially, but again, with my commute and the fact that I travel about 1,000 miles a week, I did need something a little bit more fuel efficient. Not that this one is bad, because it's not bad at all. You can get about 35, 36 miles per gallon easy. But yeah, I got myself a petrol plug-in electric hybrid thing. Doesn't drive nearly as nice as this thing does. Not even close. But again, you got to look after the pennies and the pounds are going to look after themselves, like that saying goes. But anyway, this, like I said, it's a Lexus RX 450h SEI CVT finished in grey. It's got a 3.5 liter V6 petrol engine under the bonnet. Yep. People will see you pulling next to the traffic light, next to them on the traffic light. They're going to look at that badge down there and they're going to think you're rocking a little 1.4 little petrol engine, when in actual fact you've got a 3.5 liter V6 petrol engine in there. Now, the petrol engine on itself produces about 259 brake horsepower, okay, which is impressive to say the least. But the petrol engine is also assisted by two electric motors, one at the front and one at the rear. And those electric motors, the rear one produces about 67 brake horsepower, the front one about 120 brake horsepower. Now, combined, obviously, they don't have the same output, but combined, all three motors, so the engine and the two electric motors, they put out 308 brake horsepower. So this thing is no slouch, okay? It goes when you put your foot down. Now, it was first registered on the 1st of September 2009, and it's got a valid MOT until the 15th of October 2025, so plenty of MOT left in it. The annual road tax is only £215, which is very low for a car of this size. I mean, it is massive. It's huge. Insurance group is 41E, so it is a little bit higher on the insurance bracket, but then again, it is a luxury SUV. Okay, you're not buying a Vauxhall Corsa, you're not buying a Ford Fiesta, like that thing there. Okay, you're buying a luxury SUV made by probably the most reliable car brand in the world. Like, I say probably because it's neck and neck with Toyota, which is the actual parent company of Lexus. So, yeah. CO2 output is 148 grams per kilometer. It's got a top speed of 124 miles per hour. It's got 124 miles per hour and a 0 to 60 time of 7.9 seconds. Now, that is incredible. It's impressive because, again, it's got 308 brake horsepower, but then again, the car weighs about 2.2, 2.3 tons, something like that. I can't remember exactly, but it is heavy. And again, like I said, when you put your foot down, it just moves, it goes. So, yeah. The last MOT passed without any advisories, so there's literally nothing to worry about. Like I said, I've been driving this car absolutely fault-free for about 2 months now and never had any issues. I've recently just had it serviced as well. And speaking of services, so the car has, well, not including myself, because obviously the car is in trade, but not including myself, the car has only 2 owners. So one previous owner and only one other owner that had it from like when it was like 1 or 2 years old or something like that. Now, the car comes with a full Lexus service history. It's been very, very, very well looked after. And I had a chance to have a chat with the gentleman that owned it. And it was, first of all, I really appreciate that he gave me all the details that he did when I called him. But the car is immaculate. It's beautiful. I mean, it has a few little dings here and there. It's got a few little scratches. Um, the driver's seat has a little bit of a tear in one of the bolsters. But then again, it's a 2009 car. Okay, so what's that? 16 years old? Yeah. So it's 16 years old. And wait until you see the mileage. Okay, let me show you how the car looks like, and then we're going to go around the mileage. So first, let me just start off with one of the most impressive features. So the key, actually, well, yeah, I only got one key with me, but I'm trying to find it. Sorry, bear with me. Technical difficulties. Here we go. So the key, it actually comes with two keys. So the key can live in your pocket forever because you don't actually need the key you don't need to press these buttons in order to get in and out of the car, or to start it for that matter. So I'm going to leave the key in my pocket for now. So right now the car is unlocked. Okay, now the wing mirrors, when you lock the car, and to lock the car, you see this little groove just there. So if you put your finger on it, the car will automatically lock itself. Okay, to unlock it, all you have to do is basically just put your hand behind the door handle, and then you're gonna see, so look, and then it unlocks. Simple as that. So literally all you have to do, lock it, put your finger there, rub your finger on that, just like that, and then to unlock it, put your hand there, and it just unlocks straight away. So let's have a look inside, because unlike my previous RX 450h, that one had a black leather interior, which was nice, don't get me wrong, but this one has a white leather interior. Now, two main benefits of having a white leather interior. Number one, it makes the car look a lot more roomier than it actually is. It brightens up the place, which is nice. But also, in the sun, although the car is black and obviously it attracts the heat more, you actually don't feel it as much on the white leather because it doesn't attract the heat as much. So that's a very big bonus. Usually I start to talk about the quality of the materials. I'm not going to do that because it's a Lexus. Everything in here is quality. I'm not going to start putting my hand on stuff, but I'll show you anyway. It's really nice, soft. I mean, look at that. Look how squidgy that thing is, right? There's no point in talking about quality because Lexus is a synonym for the word quality. It's over here, you've got real wood, and it's really nice. So it's got usually you get two, I think it's three types of wood. So it's like the really bright reddish one, it's this one, and then there's like a little green one. I'm not a big fan of the green one. I think this one is the best one you can have. Obviously you've got front and rear electric wheel. I mean, that's pretty much the tip of the iceberg on this car. Another thing I love about this is that you can lock and unlock the car from the passenger side on here, so you don't have to mess around with buttons there, or like some cars have it just on the driver's door, which is nice. The door pocket, you can see it's quite shallow in there, so you can barely put your hand in, but obviously Lexus is sort of that, and this thing extends, so you can put anything you want in there and then just close it up like that. Honestly, the level of quality in this car is absolutely amazing. Now, it's got beautiful leather. Now, one thing, probably one of the downsides with the white leather, is that it shows up these creases. Now, it's perfectly normal for leather to do this. because I mean it's leather, so it will have creases, same as your hand, same as like anything else that's made out of leather. I know your hand is not made out of leather, but it basically it gets these creases and you can't get rid of them. You can do like a full detail of the seats to bring them back to how they once were if you wish, but obviously that's something you need to discuss with like a detailer or something like that, but they can be done. But again, you don't know the mileage of this car yet, but it's 16 years old. Okay, so I've seen much worse condition on leather on cars that are half this car's age. So yeah, you do have full electric adjustable seat for the passengers and for the passenger, and it's adjustable on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 ways. So you obviously have the lumbar support, and you can lower it, lift it. You can just lift just the thigh support, lower that. So there's plenty of adjustment in the seats. Press that button there and you get a nice big glove box with your locking wheel nut in there, and this is quite massive. You can put a lot of stuff in there as well. You get the original Lexus mats, well, Lexus Rx mats. I just put those on top just so I don't get them dirty. But yeah, let's have a look at the rear as well. Oh, one thing I didn't show you is the alloys. They are in very good condition. I've seen a lot of RXs, even my previous one, the alloys were very scuffed and they were flaking because of the corrosive chemicals that people use at car washes when they put on the wheels. It's like acid or something, so that just corrodes the alloys. But I think this one has never seen a hand car wash because the alloys are in fantastic condition. Let's have a look over at the rear. So, oh, actually, before that, I do want to point out that it's got tinted windows on the back, and obviously the rear window is tinted as well. That is perfect for people in the back because they are being protected from the UV rays, and it is nice and cool in the summer because the sun doesn't go through. Right, again, same level of quality, same level of material, same level of luxury, if I can say that, over onto the rear as well. And again, the back seats are in lovely condition, as you can see. And you do also get a rear armrest with a couple of cup holders and some more storage in there as well, and that just lifts up. Another cool thing with these is you see that lever, so you can actually adjust the position of the seats. Let me see if I can show you. I'm just gonna try and sit on it. Oh, right. So you can actually recline the seat. You can see like that. You can recline it at quite a steep angle, so you can sit very comfortably in there, like very comfortably. Over here you also have these airplane style pockets where you can put snacks, iPads, stuff like that. And over to the boot. So the boot is also electric, so you can open it 3 ways. So you can open it either straight from the key, you can open it from the button down there, or you can open it from inside the car, and I'll show you that when we get in. So to open it from the key, keep your button pressed, and that will just lift the tailgate right like that. And it is a massive boot. And in here you also have your spare tire underneath as well, which is nice to have one of these. And over there you've got a 12-volt socket with an interior light, and then you also have a little lever here and I do love that lever. That lever basically puts your seats down like that, so you don't actually have to walk all the way around the car. So if you pull on that as well, it just folds the seats This obviously comes off, but it folds the seat nice and flat so you can carry larger items if you want. And to close the boot, you press this button here, and you'll probably see the camera right now because it does have a reversing camera as well as parking sensors front and rear as well. Over here again, I'm going to show you the alloys, which are in very, very, very good condition. And let's have a look over on this side, just behind the driver. So the seat's obviously down, so you can lift the seat up from here. Try not to catch the seat belt, and there we go. So simple enough. You do get ISOFIX points on here, so you can fit 2 child seats, so you can fit one on this seat and one on the other one. And listen, even the door when you close it, listen to the sound it makes. It's got such a nice solid thump when you close the door. It's just, yeah, I can't say anything bad about Lexus. I genuinely can't say anything bad about them. The only thing I can say bad about Lexus is the fact that they've dropped this 3.5 liter engine, and now they're doing 2.5s, I think, 2 liters. This was a cracking engine, a fantastic engine. It's probably one of the best that they've ever made. But yeah, it's a shame. Anyway, I'm just going to show you this front alloy as well, just so you can see the condition of it. And now I'm going to pop the bonnet so you can have a look underneath the bonnet as well. It's got the little lever just there to open the bonnet. And unfortunately, there's not much to see here because it's all covered in plastics. But that is your main engine, right? That's where you put the wiper fluid. That's your brake fluid. That's the coolant for the inverter. And this is where the inverter lives, the electric motor and everything. So yeah, don't mess around with you'll probably see these orange cables. Yeah, don't mess around with those, okay? Unless you want to end up at the 6 o'clock news, don't mess around with those, right? Cool, right. Let's have a look at the driver's side, because obviously that is the pièce de résistance. I'm sorry to my French viewers if I said that wrong, but I'm not French. Cool. So moving over to the driver's side. So you obviously have control for all 4 windows. That's to lock and unlock the car. That's to lock the rear window. This is for your electrically adjustable mirrors. And you also have a memory setting for 3 memory seats. So you can actually have 3 separate drivers driving this car. And whenever one of them jumps in the car, he can press the associated button to his profile. So let's say 1. So you press 1, and you can see the seat moving forward. Or let's say if I press 2, does it have a setting? Yeah. And 3. Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, but it also adjusts the steering wheel as well. Now I'm going to show you the driver's seat, and then I'll show you where the problem lies. The problem is there. So it's flaking off just a little bit, but I do want to point these out because I don't want you to travel for God knows how long. You come here and you see that and you're just upset that you weren't made aware of it. So right, let me move the seat all the way back. Right, let's jump inside. Oh, my favorite car of all time. Yes, my favorite car of all time. I don't like Lamborghinis and Maseratis and Ferraris, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not that I don't like them. I like them, but this is my favorite car that is easily obtainable, if I can say that, right? Because everybody loves a Lamborghini, but let's be honest, how many of us are ever going to get a chance to own one of those? Probably very few, but this thing is something that you can definitely achieve, and they are very, very reliable, unlike the brands that I've just mentioned. Um, anyway, right, so let's start over from the right here, and then we're going to work our way up to the steering wheel, to the dashboard, to the infotainment system, and then work our way down here. So over here, you've got a few buttons. So that is to release the fuel cap, that is to open the boot, and that is to wash the headlights. The boot can be opened and closed from the button here, same from the button on the remote. So because I know some cars you can only open it but you can't close it, you can close it with this one as well. That's your odometer trip, and these are to change the intensity of the lights in the dashboard. This here is one of my favorite features of all cars, on any car. You've got this little cup holder just right underneath the air vent, which is perfect because if it's hot outside, you obviously want to get a cool drink and you're going to turn on the AC. When you put your drink here, the AC is going to blow onto the drink, keeping it cold. Same thing, if it's cold outside, you want to get yourself a warm drink, you're going to put it here. Obviously, you're going to have the heating working, so then the hot air is going to blow into your warm drink, keeping it warm. So it's a perfect placement for a cup holder. A steering wheel. It feels very solid. It's nicely leather wrapped as well, so it will last for a long time. And then obviously it is a multifunction steering wheel, so you get your volume up and down. That's to change the mode, so you go from FM to AM to aux to Bluetooth, and this is to change radio stations. And then over here you've got your phone connectivity, so that's to answer and to reject a phone call. That's your voice assistant, and this here is for the menu in the dashboard there. You also have cruise control, as you can see on here, which is really nice, especially if you drive long distances on the motorway. You can set the cruise control 70 miles an hour and the car will just drive on 70 miles an hour. It's very cool. Over here, you've got your indicator lights as well. Well, you've got your indicator as well as the front lights, and you do have auto lights. So you can flick it to auto, and then you don't need to worry about turning the lights on and off. The car will know when to do that on its own. And the same thing with the wipers. You do have auto wipers as well. So you can turn on the auto wipers, and they will start working as soon as water starts hitting the windscreen there, the windshield. Let me close the door. And then what I'll do is we'll go through the dashboard. The reason I'm going to close the door is because it's going to start binging at me if I leave it open. But to start the car, it's very simple. Put your foot on the brake, and then you've got this start button here, well, power button. If you press on that, the steering wheel would move to its last known position, so it will go down and up towards you, or it will just stay on the position that you've set it. Now, in there, you've got your instrument cluster, and it's very simple to understand. So over onto the left, you've got your water temperature. That is your, well, that's what usually you'd get a rev counter, but this is not a rev counter. So this is charge, this is your eco, and that's your power, right? So when you drive the car, to drive it the most efficient way possible, you want to keep this needle here in the dark green. Let me just zoom this in. So you want to keep it in this dark green section here, right? You can obviously go into, when you keep it into the dark green here, you can actually drive the car purely on electric, okay? If it goes past this in here, it's gonna kick in the petrol engine. But again, you're driving economical. If you put your foot down, it will just go into power, and basically it will give you all the power that the car has. When you take your foot off the accelerator, this needle is going to go from here, or whatever it was, it's going to go down into the charge section, and that basically means that you're putting charge back into the battery, okay, because this is a self-charging hybrid. At the top there, you've got your instant MPG. As you can see right now, well, this is after refueling, so as you can see, it's got 33.4 MPG. I've been driving it around town as well, so, but you can easily get 35, 37 MPG no issues. Water down there is the temperature outside, so it's 24 degrees. It's nice and warm. Finally, the summer is here. And then that indicates what gear you're in. So obviously right now it's in park, and that's the odometer. The car's covered 203,833 miles. But like I said, it's got a full Lexus service history, and I did about 3,000 miles in it. Let's see. Yeah, I've reset both of them, but yeah, I bought it when it had about 200,000 miles. I put 201, something like that, but I've put about 3,000 miles in it, and it's such a beautiful thing to drive. It's unbelievable. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. And the mileage didn't put me off at all, because I did own another one of these previously, and I knew what I was getting. As soon as I saw it has a full Lexus service history, I was like, I don't care the mileage. I don't care what the mileage is. I'll buy it. And I bought it. And that is your speedometer over there. And then that is your fuel gauge right there. So it's very, very simple dashboard layout. I do love that little blue accent. You can probably see it just there. It looks really nice at nighttime when you drive. It doesn't put a lot of strain on your eyes or anything. So it's perfect. I've already shown you the power button. Oh, and you also have, obviously, you've got a electrically adjustable steering wheel. And in there, you've got your main screen. And as you can see, at the moment, it is set on the sat nav, but you can operate it with this little joystick here, and it's very simple. So let's just press menu, and you've got your audio here. And you do also have Bluetooth streaming with this one as well, so you can actually play music directly from your phone. And then you also have AM and FM on there as well. That's your climate settings, which again is very simple to operate. But you do have your climate settings in here as well, so you can use these rather than doing it through the screen. What else? Setup. So you got general, clock, voice, navigation, telephone, audio, vehicle, traffic. So all those settings are in there. And then info over here, fuel consumption, and then we can go to energy, and this shows you the level of the battery. So obviously the car's been on, and at the moment I've got the AC working. It's nice and cool in here. So yeah, the battery has depleted a little bit, but this charges itself. As you're driving the car, this will go up, it'll self-charge, and then as soon as you drive at speeds below 30 miles an hour, you can drive purely on electric, which is absolutely beautiful. The other thing I wanted to show you was the reversing camera. So if you put this in reverse, the reversing camera kicks in straight away. And the other thing I wanted to show you is the wing mirrors. So right now it's in reverse, and look, if I put it into park, both wing mirrors, that one and this one, well, obviously that's both of them, they will dip down when you're in reverse, just so you can see the curb, so you don't damage the alloys. I think that's a very useful feature, and I think that's how the previous owner managed to keep those alloys in such a nice condition. Then down here you've got your radio, so you've got AM, and you also have DAB as well, FM, CD, auxiliary, USB, traffic announcement, CD change on here, seek track, and then over here, like I said, you've got your climate control. So right now it's on auto mode, front window defrost, rear window defrost, and wing mirrors auto. This is where you select the fan speed, this is where you select the temperature, and that is the time right now. And yes, it's very accurate, it is 7:25, same as that thing says. Your gear lever is just very, very simple to operate. You've got park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then you can kick it in this side to move it over to sport. I personally never put it in sport. It doesn't really do anything, because this is actually a CVT gearbox, so it's a continuous variable transmission. It doesn't have any gears, it only has one gear, and the engine will rev up high to match the speed that you're requiring of the system. So yes, some people hate CVT because they don't feel that kick in the back seat when you accelerate, because this is a constant speed. That's what CVT, it's continuous variable, so it just varies how you're pressing the accelerator. Some people hate it. I just think that people that hate it don't understand it. This is, in my opinion and in my experience dealing with hundreds of cars, this is one of the most reliable gearboxes that I've ever had. It doesn't have thousands of moving components inside, changing gears and little like little gears and all that. It doesn't have all that. It's very simple and it's very basic, and it's very, very reliable. Yes, they are a bit noisy in cars like a Toyota Prius, for example, because it's pretty much the same. Well, it's not a CVT, it's an eCVT, before people try to correct me in the comments. So it's an electronic continuous variable transmission. So this is an eCVT gearbox. Now, yes, in the Toyota Prius can be a little bit noisy because it's got a 1.5 liter petrol engine, and when you accelerate it, the engine is struggling to pick up the speed to match what you are requesting. So yes, you can hear that noise like that for the engine. Excuse the sound effects. You can hear that because it's a Prius is not a Lexus, okay, and it is less refined than what these cars are. But saying that, you have to also bear in mind that that is the noise of a 1.5 liter petrol engine, and this is the noise of a 3.5 V6 petrol engine, which sounds beautiful. I prefer listening to that grumbling noise under the bonnet when I accelerate, because it's a beautiful sound. So yeah, no issues with the CVT gearbox, works absolutely fine. And if somebody tells you that CVT gearbox is I don't know, bad or anything, they probably drive a BMW, and their gearboxes has already probably been serviced about 3 times, and it's still clunky when it changes gears. And anyway, I'm not going to get into that. So yeah, nice big chunky center console, perfect for long distances. You've got this armrest here, so whenever you want to operate the little joystick, the little mouse thingy on the screen, you can use it, and you can use this as an armrest. You've got an enter button here, and you also have another one over on this side as well. You got 2 cup holders in here, and I do also like how nice and smooth that opens up. And again, that wood effect over here as well. Down here, you've got your traction control button, which I would not mess with. I just leave it like that. Don't turn off your traction control. Again, it's not a BMW to do donuts in it or something like that. Nice, big, very, very squidgy center console, and it's very comfortable to keep your hand on this. But also, you can slide it back, and when you slide it back, you also see the heated seats. So it does come with front heated seats as well, and it opens up like that. You've got this little storage here, you've got that bigger storage there, but that also comes out as well. And then underneath that is a whole cave. You can put pretty much anything in there. And also, you've got 2 12-volt sockets underneath there as well, so you can plug one of those in. And then this thing here, you can probably see it says 4 cable, which is really nice that they thought of that. So you can have the cables coming out from here, and they don't get caught in the armrest when you slide it. So that's very, very nicely engineered. At the top there, you've got your auto dimming rear view mirror. So the mirror will automatically dim itself if you've got somebody driving behind you with their high beams on, which is, again, a really nice feature. And it's not just that mirror, but all 3 mirrors will dim so you don't get dazzled by the traffic behind you. these are your interior lights, and that's one, second, and then you also have the main dome light here as well. Obviously they work. I mean, I wouldn't expect them not to work. It's a Lexus. You've got a vanity mirror with a light at the top there as well, and that closes up like that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. This is a absolutely fantastic, like absolutely fantastic car. I think it's brilliant. It's a perfect family car. And yes, it's got 200,000 miles, but then I literally had no issues buying it with the services. I mean, it's literally got stacks of paperwork and everything that's been done to this car, and it's been very well looked after. That's why I bought it. That's why I bought it for myself, because obviously I don't want to drive my family in something that's unsafe. I've done about 3,000 miles in it. It's never had any hints of issues or anything like that. And it's just a fantastic car. Right. Let's take it out for a quick drive. Well, I say a quick drive. I'm only going to go up there and turn around because I don't want to put my seatbelt on. And it's going to start squeaking at me. So yeah, you just go all the way down. That's for drive. Your handbrake is also down at your feet, so it's like a little pedal. Mercedes used to do that as well, but it's very quiet. So right now I'm driving purely on electric. I'll show you now. So you can probably see there. So right now the battery is giving power to the electric motor, which gives power to the wheels. And if I accelerate a little bit, you can see now the orange lights coming from the engine, which are powering the electric motor. Now if I'm braking, you can see the regeneration happening. So you can see the I'm trying to look forward as well because I don't want to smash into a wall. So right now again, you can see I'm using electricity. And if I'm accelerating a little bit, now if I'm taking my foot off the accelerator, you can see those green lights coming from the wheels onto the electric motor and into the battery. So that is the regeneration, right? I'm sorry about the beeping, but well, it is what it is. Anyway, I'm not gonna put my seatbelt on, so you better stop beeping at me. Oh, it's a lovely car. What's that? I don't know. Right. So bear with me for 1 second, please. I'm just gonna put my seatbelt because that beeping is doing my head in. There you go. Who said I'm not responsible, eh? Right, let's go into reverse. Backup camera works absolutely fine, and it's very nice and clear. I mean, look at that. For a 2009 camera, it's fantastic. But you can literally drive this purely on electric, especially around town. You don't need to worry about using fuel or anything, so it just charges itself. And then when you put your foot down, you can probably hear that grumbling. Let's see if I can accelerate it a little bit more. Right. Keep your eyes on that, and let's see how quick I can go. Right, here we go. 40. And that was in about, I don't know, maybe 200 meters. So, yeah. I'm gonna, right, sorry about the view. Trying to keep one hand on the cameras and the other hand on the steering wheel, and trying to pay attention to both the road and the dashboard. So, but yeah, honestly, it's an absolutely amazing car. Absolutely amazing car. Oh. actually sad to see it go, to be honest. I'm genuinely sad. Don't really want to sell it. But then again, I said the same thing about my other two Lexi. Sorry, that's the plural of Lexus. There you go, you've learned something new today. So it's not Lexuses, it's Lexi, apparently, according to the manufacturer. So, yeah, I'm trying not to hit that little Honda green thing. Oh, there we go. Right, and we have arrived. Right, so thank you very much for sitting all the way to the end. That's 40 minutes of your time, which I will guarantee you'll never get back. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you like the car as much as I do. Yes, it's not perfect. It's got a few little scratches here and there. It's got a few little dents. It's got that little tear in the driver's seat. The leather, like I said, has those little creases. It's not perfect, okay? But then again, it's not a brand new car, and it's 16 years old. It's got 203,000, nearly 204,000 miles on the clock. Yeah, it is what it is. But mechanical wise, electrical wise, and everything else, it's an absolute unit. It's a tank. So, yeah. With all that being said, thank you very much. I really appreciate you sticking all the way to the end. If you are interested, don't hesitate to contact me. You can find me on 01684 355 032, or you can visit our website at www.vindemautos.co.uk, or you can email me at vindemautos@gmail.com. Or if you have any queries, questions, burning issues, anything like that, leave them in the comments down there, and I'll do my best to get back to you. But until then, I'm just going to sit in this car for another 5 minutes because the AC is working and it's still hot out there. It's still 24 degrees, so yeah, it's nice and cool in here. Right, well, again, thank you very much, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.